guys fighting another random. It should be fighting Zerdo. That'd be a good fight.
Well, Sturdo apparently is injured.
Right.
So that's the cruiserweight division for you. It's either those guys fighting, or it's nothing at all.
Well, what about Badu Jack? He does nothing. He's just holding a title hostage.
Well, he's fighting on. I think I mentioned that on the same day as another fight in late November. Let me check. It was Fraser Clark, Ben Whitaker. Who was it? Rafael Espinosa, Chris Eubank. No, I think he's fighting in December. Yeah, he's fighting in December. Let me check. Shabazz Maoud, blah blah blah. Jaya Petaya. Yeah, he's fighting a week after. He's fighting on December the 13th. I think he's rematching. Is he Norai Mikalajian? Is that a rematch?
Oh, yeah, he already fought that guy. So this is the second fight?
Yeah, because apparently the first one was closed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're rematching then. In LA, of all places. What the?
Should be unifying.
Yeah, they really should, man. I don't want to. Opetai is not really that young, so man, he should move up. Either do something, and if there's nothing at cruiserweight, he should just move up. But they're going the Jaron Ennis route, where they want to walk out of that division into the heavyweight division with that cruiserweight undisputed title on the line, right? Like they want to go in there being, hey, I'm the Ring Magazine. But isn't he already the Ring Magazine champion though? Let me check. I forget.
Yeah, he's already Ring Magazine champion. But he only has one title. I think it's another 3, or at least 2, maybe.
So what's he waiting for? I don't get it though. It's move up already.
I guess he wants to become unified, win all 4 titles, but it doesn't help if the other guys are fucking around.
Exactly, yeah. I just realized too, by the way, that whole Night of the Samurai card, that's not from Japan, that's from Saudi Arabia.
What?
Did you guys know that?
No.
No.
I thought it was Japan. Okay, so it makes sense why it's a Ring 5 card then. Because it is taking place in Riyadh season. As part of Riyadh season, rather. So it's gonna be Saudi. Okay, because I really didn't want to get up for another, like 6 in the morning again. Or even later, even earlier. Hey, MKV, since you're in New Zealand. You're in New Zealand, so when Inoue fights or Taraji or those guys fight, what time is it in your time zone?
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Usually midnight or 1 a.m. ish.
Whoa. Okay, the main event you're talking about.
Sorry?
You're talking about the main event.
Yeah, the main event. The undercard's a little bit earlier.
So it's about the same time as what they're... Is it the same time or about the same time over there in Japan?
It's a couple hours, I think, maybe 2 hours later in New Zealand. So maybe it's even 2 a.m. sometime. I haven't watched one in a while because it's usually a work night as well. And I'm like, fuck's sake, I've got to get up early for work tomorrow. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I remember after Canelo...
It's the only time zone here that's a pain in the ass. Like when the British cards are on, they're always early morning here, like 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and then the American cards are about 4 or 5 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, and then the Saudi cards are about 10 a.m.-ish as well, so they're all good times. It's just the Japanese cards that suck.
Yeah, because I don't mind, 6 in the morning, obviously, that's all doable, 7 in the morning. But if you want to watch the undercard fight, you got to get up at about 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It's like, come on, man, that's there's a point where you don't even enjoy the fights. It's almost like, it's the same thing as when they hold the fights too late, like Canelo Crawford. He just went on for way too long. That was the worst, man, because they gave you the high of Mbili versus Martinez. And then you gotta trudge through 12 rounds of Fernando Vargas Jr. and that other dude, and then 3 concerts, and then the 20-minute entrances, and then the fight. It's like, fuck, man. You don't even enjoy it because it's too late.
Yep.
Too much fucking around.
Yeah, they really got to start listening to us. I hope I wasn't sounding too I wasn't complaining too much on the last show, but it's just that it is. There's just too many things going on wrong right now. It's not always like that boxing, and that's why I try not to complain too much. But now, man, with these fighters being overpaid, the Zone putting on these pay-per-view cards after they had said no more pay-per-view, and then they said the same thing with the Sheik. They said, oh, these cards aren't going to be pay-per-view. Now they're pay-per-view again, and these fights taking way too long with the concerts and the fucking entrances. They gotta put a stop to it, man. Nobody's there to watch a concert. Nobody's there to watch the entrance. We're there to watch the fights.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I said to my uncle, who knows nothing about boxing, he said, so if you have Sky, you can watch the fight, can't you? And I said, no, you got to pay a pay-per-view fee, which is $60. And he's like, what? But you already pay for Sky every month. And then I said, if you have the Zone, it's the same. You pay, I don't know, $20, $25 a month for a subscription. But when there's a big fight, you have to pay extra, like another $40. And he said, what? Why? And that's the question, isn't it? Why?
Because it's got, yeah, because these guys are asking for too much money, so they gotta put it on pay-per-view. It's insane. It really is insane how boxing is. These last 2 years were pretty good. Have been pretty good. Again, that's why I haven't complained too much. But now, near the end of the year, there's too many things piling up. The lack of boxing, the fact that there's a lack of boxing because they can't really make the big fights now because these guys are asking for too much money, and they gotta put them on pay-per-view. And those are the three main things that are pissing me off right now. You know, usually I don't mind when there's not that much boxing, but at least they've already, by the time there's not the lull arrives, they've already announced future fights that you can look forward to. Right now, what are we looking forward to?
Not much.
Right, I mean, what, Canelo Crawford 2? Joshua's return?
Boring.
By the way, one thing I did hear though, they actually talked about this in Ring Magazine. Navarrete and Sugar Nunez are talking about a unification fight. Now that's something I can look forward to.
What weight class is that again? Remind me.
130.
130. Ah, yes.
The Oshaki Foster
I don't know.
division.
I forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know who wins between Navarrete and Sugar Nunez. I mean, on the one hand, Sugar Nunez didn't look all that hot in his last fight against Christopher Pitufo Diaz, but Navarrete hasn't been looking great either. And I don't understand why they're not. I don't understand why, by the way, he's not rematching Suarez or whatever the Filipino, the last guy he fought, which turned into a no contest. He should rematch that guy and prove that, Navarrete should prove that he still has it, but I don't think he still has it. This dude he hasn't been taking his career seriously at all. And he could have been a pound for pounder. But he's just too fat, undisciplined, and it's starting to catch up with him.
He fell off hard.
Yeah, really, he really did, man. But Nunez again, I don't even know how good Nunez is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, have I watched, I don't think I've watched them, eh?
You haven't watched who?
I think Bud was talking about, I saw on YouTube this morning when I woke up, Bud was thinking about fighting Janibek. I think he's trying to call out Janibek. How would that look to you guys?
Well, I'd have to see Janibek face Lara first, because Lara is a tricky southpaw, so that should let us know how he would match up against Crawford. But then again, Lara's already in his 40s and he hasn't really been all that active. So if Janibek beats him, it's like, what is that? What's that?
I was about to say that he's in his 40s, he's getting old.
Exactly. So how much is that? How much would that really tell us about from Janibek fighting? What's his name? Fighting Crawford afterwards. I don't know, who should Crawford fight next.
Janibek is the one I thought he should fight or target middleweight. Because what would he do at super middleweight? He'd just defend titles. Forget it.
Yeah, against Shiraz.
154 is probably too far to go back down, or you might have the Roy Jones effect, so maybe 160. And then Janibek
It's probably going to be
is
at a catchweight.
a catch weight, like above 160.
Yeah, I think so. I think Crawford right now is going to be able to call that shot if he wants to, catch weight. But I mean, Hamza Shiraz, that would still be an interesting fight. I don't know if Crawford could fight the way Adames fought against Hamza Shiraz.
No fucking way.
I don't know if I'd won that fight, to be honest. Big guy.
Yeah, well, that's what would make it exciting, because at this point, again, Crawford's on the same board as Usyk and Inu. It's like, I don't want to see him fight someone that I go, And by the way, I mean, somebody, I think Jaron Ennis was saying, or who was it, that another boxer was saying, like, hey, Crawford is the face of boxing. Like, I still doubt he can sell well, even after being Canelo. Just because you beat Canelo doesn't make you Canelo. So I don't know if him versus Janibek, a guy nobody knows about, other than hardcore boxing fans, is really going to sell that well.
Probably not. But if he wants legacy, I suppose it makes sense. But as you say, I don't think he's the face of boxing, no. He's not as big a draw as Canelo.
Now, I would be, like, this is all dependent on how Janibek looks against Lara, because if he wipes the floor with Lara, I think, okay, we got something going here. But even then, like, he didn't look all like that. There was one fight from Janibek's limited resume that he didn't look good against, and that was against Denzel Bentley. And granted, that was 3 years ago, but I still don't know what the hell happened in that fight.
Bad night.
Maybe. I'm looking at his record though. Steven Butler, Vincenzo Gualtieri, which, okay, he wasn't really that bad. Andrei Mihakalovic, which he was awful. He was horrible. I don't know what he was doing in the ring there with him. And then the last fight against
Andrei Mikhailovich, whatever the fuck his name is. He was from New Zealand, right? He's a Russian import or something, and he was talking so much shit into the lead up to the fight, and then Janibek dismantled him the whole fight. It was fucking funny.
I can't believe he was talking shit. I think I remember hearing about that. What was he thinking? Because I looked at his fights before, like the Janibek one. I said, this guy's got no shot. He's horrible.
Man, I didn't even know who he was. He represented New Zealand. I was like, who is this guy? I've never heard of him.
But it's amazing how you can tell he's a bad boxer, and yet he thinks he's the shit.
Not anymore, I can imagine.
No, I can't. Yeah, because Janibek just beat the crap out of him.
It was a sustained beating in response to all the shit talk.
Well, that's the thing, though. So, how good is Janibek?
It's overrated.
He hasn't been properly tested. What'd you say?
It's
I
overrated.
mean, who is he fought that's actually a good world-class fighter?
Well, exactly. The answer would be, I don't know how good he is, because, he's untested, like we're saying, right? So.
He'd lost 2 frags left.
But then you'd think he should beat Lara comfortably because of the age difference, but then Lara has bucket loads of experience as well.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if he just goes on if he still has the leg, first of all. If he still has the legs to go on the defensive. Because that's the thing that surprised me from Crawford in the Canelo fight, is that he was able to stay away from Canelo. I didn't think he would be able to, so maybe it could be the same thing with Lara. You think, maybe he doesn't have the legs to do it, and lo and behold, he does, and Janibek's never fought a guy like that. And all of a sudden, he starts looking lost, slow, can't adapt.
1 frag left.
That was the other thing with Bud. He's 38, right, and he still had the legs, and he had the speed. He had a lot of speed for a 38-year-old. You'd think he would have slowed down, but no.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Janibek.